Oh my gosh, that is absolutely genius. Why did I not think of that before? Trying out a brand new accent, an English accent. What do you think? Yeah, I agree. Me neither. Today, we are going to talk about some things that have come up because we have a lot of clients that are moving from out of state, and especially down here to our great state of Florida, because a lot of people are able to be remote these days. So why not get yourself into a state or place that you would love to live if you're able to work from home? We have moved across the country before, and it is quite the task. It is no easy task, and there are a lot of things that I would have loved to know about before we did so. So today we are going to share some great tips for moving, especially moving to another state. So let's go. Tip number one is you must make sure that you create a budget and a timeline. Once you have made that decision to go ahead and move out of state, whether it's for work or pleasure or whatever it may be, you want to make sure that you put in line a budget and a timeline. If you have a certain amount of time to do it within, makes it especially important to make sure that you can figure out your planning of when you need to do what. As far as budget goes, according to the US News Money, it costs approximately $4,000 more to make a move out of state than it does to make a move within the state, an intrastate move. The average cost of an out-of-state move can be around $5,600. So you need to make sure that you have some kind of budget in order for that so that you can plan all of your steps that you need to do to make the move. All right, tip number two is to, of course, decide how you're going to get all of your belongings from point A to point B. There are a lot of options these days for getting your belongings into, your next destination. You can, of course, go hire a moving company, and they might do all of the moving for you and put it into storage if, let's say, your timeline doesn't quite match up and you need to get out of your house here and get into your house there, or, however the logistics might happen. They could end up moving all of your things to a different state and then storing your things until you are able to get there. For us, we moved, almost 5 years ago from Illinois to Florida. Now that was a really big move. And after doing all of our investigating into moving trucks and, of course, how we would get things from point A to point B, we found out that for us, it would make the most sense for us to go ahead and buy a trailer and, move all of our stuff down. And then when we got to a point where we no longer needed the trailer, we were just going to sell it. And we have sold it. We sold it a little over a year ago. We ended up keeping it because it was a nice big enclosed trailer, and it was nice for extra storage for things that we weren't quite ready to move into a home yet. We did not end up buying right when we came here. We did end up renting to just get the lay of the area. But of course, with the way the market is now, if you do end up coming down and buying, then it might work okay and you might be set up for an easy sell down the road. So many different options to consider. You just have to consider what option works best for you. Now, if you do choose to use a moving company, please make sure that you do your due diligence and research them. Check them out on the BBB and make sure that there are no red flags, because one moving company might have extra low rates for one reason, and that might be that they're no good. They're gonna mess up your stuff, or the logistics are not gonna work out. They're not gonna put all of your priorities and goals at the forefront. So make sure that you go ahead and check out whatever moving company you're gonna use. You should always do your research on anything. All right, tip number 4, and this is a really good one too. Move only the things that you love, need, and use. Moving is a perfect opportunity for you to do a little bit of spring cleaning and just get rid of all those things that you don't actually use, because why would you want to waste your money to use extra space to move all those things that you're just going to get rid of anyway? I'm going to say we were about halfway great at doing this. Right before we made our big move, we ended up getting rid of a lot of big furniture and things that we knew that we weren't going to end up using, because the house that we lived in Illinois was quite a bit bigger than where we knew that we were living to in Florida at the time. We had a big, beautiful, lovely house, and it was filled with a bunch of furniture. So we ended up doing we put them up on the marketplace and sold a lot of items, and it was very successful. I'm really glad that we ended up doing that. People just came over and, we exchanged, and, it was great. We ended up giving away a lot of things too. But you could also try a yard sale. Maybe try the yard sale first and see what you sell. And then, whatever doesn't get sold there, stick it up on the marketplace, like the Facebook marketplace, and see what you can get rid of. And maybe you can get a little extra cash that's going to go towards your move. So make sure you do that kind of early on so that you can have plenty of time for, to get rid of the things that you want to get rid of. Starting over with a clean slate with only the things that you need it's super refreshing as well. So that's why tip number 4 is a great tip. Only keep the things that you need, love, and use. All right, tip number 5. This is just a little suggestion that you might want to use. Maybe think about packing all of your things by yourself instead of having a moving company do it. Now, if you're able to do this, this is why I'm going to tell you why this might be a good idea to do. First of all, you are going to have visuals in your minds as to where you put everything. Of course, you want to make sure you label all of your boxes, okay? But not only that, but this is going to save you money as well if you don't have to hire, people to pack the things for you. So, I do specifically remember when we were moving that I put certain things in this box, Of course, I had everything labeled, but I could remember, specifically how I packed things and things like that. It's also going to take away any little risks that there might be of keeping fragiles fragile. So a good idea, maybe if you can do it, is to leave that job to yourself. Go ahead and try and pack things on your own. All right, tip number 6. Now this is very important. Make sure that you go through and think about all of those utilities that you use in your home. Maybe think about the ones that you don't think that you necessarily need. And you're gonna wanna get all of those things transferred over to your name. How frustrating would it be after a long trip, a tiring trip, that you get to your new home and the lights won't turn on and you don't have water and all of those important things, hot water. So your realtor, if you end up buying a home, can be a great resource for making sure that you get all those proper numbers to get a hold of the correct people so that you can get all those things turned on in advance. And if you are moving and you're renting, then just make sure that you touch base with the landlord to make sure that they know exactly when you're going to get there so that everything is turned on and ready to go. Don't put yourself in extra frustration with the fact that you get to the house and you don't have running water, because I think you're going to want to take a shower. My guess. All right, are you ready for tip number 7? Tip number 7 is to throw yourself a rad party with all your friends and family so that you can properly say adios to them as you move on to your final destination. If you're choosing to do this, I can tell you from experience that we love the fact that we moved down to Florida. We love it down here. We have no regrets. Of course, we miss our family and friends so much, but you know what's really nice? You can go over to the airport and fly home, and it's only 2 hours to get there. So Allegiant has direct flights, which is really nice. That's something that I'm going to talk about in another video, actually. So throw yourself a great bye party, because you're going to want to say bye to all your friends, and all your friends and family are going to want to say bye to you. All right. Those are our tips for relocating. We have done it before, so please feel free to reach out to us. I would love to have a conversation with you as to how we can help you figure out how you're moving from one state to another, if you are moving to Florida specifically. But if you're moving anywhere else, then we're happy to help. I love talking about how we can help you prepare for relocating, because we consider ourselves relocation experts. All right, thank you for sticking around for all our tips. And if you like this video, then please make sure that you smash that like button. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe as well, so that you can be in the know about all things Southwest Florida, moving, lifestyle, all the things. Okay, thanks. We will see you next time.